Hi all, this is Arun Pandey, and today we are going to talk about toxic workplace. And today I'm going to talk about this topic because whenever I go in different meetups, I get opportunity to interact with my colleagues, team members, in a different forums. Whenever I go, I see that people are having a lot of enthusiasm to them. They are having the brightness in their eyes, a lot of courage to change the world. But when they are actually joining the firm or being a part of some organizations down the line few years, or maybe even 1 or 2 years, couple of the years, they are not feeling up to the mark, and even they are having a lot of passion towards their profession, but due to some toxicity environment or toxicity at their workplace, they are not growing accordingly, and that is the reason they are not able to maintain their skill sets. And since they are getting some repetitive job again and again, it might be they are losing their learning hunger, and due to all these situations, even they are feeling frustrated at the workplace as well. Sometimes, due to some, the team lead's incapability or the team members' negativity, all those stuff, sometimes they are not able to do the justice with their work as well. And the person is doing only whatever he's getting asked to do, because if he'll not do that, he'll not be paid. So it's simple that people are not doing their job as per their passion by which they were thinking to do, and they are doing because they are just getting asked to do. And the most wondering part is that the majority of these people, you know uh, even the organizations are doing well, because organizations are creating even these kind of people. They wanted these kind of people, that the people should be a bit incapable, not completely incapable, a bit incapable. They should not have that much learning hunger. They should be a bit frustrated, because those repetitive work, a good guy means energetic guy, a passionate guy, a very high skill set guy will never do that. And that is the reason they wanted to have these kind of people in their firm or in their organizations. So I can say that organizations are creating these kind of people as they need it for their best, and from top to bottom and bottom to top management, they are aware that this is the truth. And you might be shocked to know that it is getting pushed from top to bottom management in various ways. Like if you are interested to do some XYJ, maybe your top to bottom management is saying that no, XYJ is fine, but still I wanted to do some, you know, ABC. It might be a situation where you are not interested to do ABC, but you are getting pushed to do that, and that is the reason you are feeling frustrated. As simple as, you know. So, as we all know that most of the work in any industry is so repetitive in nature and in huge quantity, that management wants a low-paid employees. Low-paid means not just a penny. It means that if you'll get some more skill set, maybe you'll be some better payment you are going to get, right? Or you'll be a better paid, I can say. So the management wants to low paid employees to do that, and big thing is that in this process, intentionally and somehow accidentally as well, they are killing their employees learning hunger. And this kind of workplace is for sure known as toxic workplace. And there is a very famous saying about that, that one toxic person can bring down more than 20 team members, and I'm telling that is definitely a truth. So how to recognize a toxic workplace? That is a big question, because if you can't recognize it, you can't resolve it. So we need to recognize it first. And to recognize that, there are some bad smells which can help you to identify this kind of workplace. So first bad smell is that no judgment for work, that who is the right person to do. And this is definitely for a team leader manager, because a team leader manager has lack of judgment. He don't know that what level of intelligence my team member has, or what skill set my team member has, and he's just doing some random XYZ work to their team members, and whether the employee or team member is liking or not. So it's giving a negative environment or a toxic workplace it is creating basically. Another important point is negative co-workers. If most of the time your co-workers talks and shares negative thoughts, it may make you negative as well and sometimes restless. So we need to understand that who are the negative co-workers at our workplace. Uh, Lack of training to employees. Lack of training can stop your learning growth. If in your organizations or in your firm there is no training for the advancement, it's definitely a toxic workplace, and you should understand that. And for you it's a self-suicide situation, because if you are working at some workplace where you're not getting a opportunity to advance yourself, you are going nowhere. So be alert. Politics at workplace. As we know that politics is very common at most of the workplace, and people say that, like management, generally they say that no, the politics is not happening at our workplace, a very healthy environment or culture we have, but it's not the fact. So try to understand that if co-workers or manager is playing any politics around, which may harm your credibility or may panic you, so react about that if it hurts you. Another important point is no skip level meeting to raise your issues. If you are having any concern or a concern about your team member and you can't talk to your skip level manager, it's an issue. So because these kind of meetings are actually helping you to raise your and team related concerns. But if these kind of meetings are not happening or just happening for a namesake, it is not going to help you or your team member. So it's a big concern. It's a toxicity at your workplace, I can say. Another thing is that abusive management and co-workers. Any harassment should not be ignored, even if it comes from your boss. The harassment could be a lewd, racist, or anything which may disturb you. So any abusive management or co-workers' attitude or behavior you should not ignore. Annoying work environment. Anything which is annoying at workplace should not be compromised. It doesn't matter that whether it is coming from your boss or your lead. You should be pretty much alert on that. Dual standard within team by your manager. And sometimes it happens that your manager may be very nice to your one of the colleagues. We don't know, maybe for different reasons, or he speaks lie in different forums. It is definitely not good for the firm or for the team. So be alert on that, and this kind of things are happening. It is not good for or healthy environment for you. 365 days work pressure. Every piece of work comes with a deadline. That is the fact. But it should not be very tight, as you need to spend more than the office hours frequently. If it is happening, it is toxicity at your workplace. The fear. There should not be any fearing at your workplace. Your boss and colleagues should be very friendly so that you can reach them and you can talk them whatever you are feeling. So that is very important for a healthy environment. As an employee, we all know very well the importance of workplace. It really doesn't matter that which field you are associated with, what kind of work you are doing. Workplace is the one which impacts you the most and even more than your home. So don't take the decisions at right time to quit from there before it kills you. Another point is that how to handle the workplace or how handling a toxic workplace. So first question which you should ask about yourself is that are you a part of the problem or part of solution? And answer should be yes, always. If not, then change yourself first, as you are the one who is making the workplace toxic. So it means that if you are a part of the problem and answer is yes, it means that you are the reason for the toxic workplace. And if you are a part of the solution, then it's good. You're helping to the team member. But be cautious. During help, it may happen that you may be impacted because the place is toxic. So you need to be very cautious. Keep in mind that everything is not under your control. So try to adopt all the positive aspects and discard any negative aspect. Be introspective and optimistic, as it will help you a lot to cope up at toxic workplace. Be straightforward and professional at workplace. Doesn't matter whom you are speaking with, it will helpful to create a healthy environment. So sometimes it happens that you are talking with your boss, your manager. We think that, oh, how should I say this, or whether should I raise this concern or not. So don't think all those things. If you're thinking that this is good for the team, go and raise that concern. As a very important saying which I can recall now is that boss is not always right. And that is the fact. uh, don't echo whatever your boss is saying. Analyze it and disagree if you think so. Another very important point is to note that you're not just going office to finish your work. Some people think like that. I'm just going office, I'll do my work and then I'll be back at home. So it's fine for me. But that is not the fact. It's a place where you're spending almost whole day and you can't afford to ignore anything wrong around you. So be vocal, raise your concerns, escalate it if needed, and try to resolve as per your best. If you have tried all these things at your workplace and none of these things are working, then lastly, quit from the job. Uh, I mean, why? Because if you think that you're not able to handle the situations, definitely your final call should be quitting from the job, because toxic workplace is definitely a cancer, which may be treatable only when it is getting cured at right time by right people. But if you have tried most of the things and you think that none of them are working, you should definitely leave that place. But beforehand, we should be stay positive at workplace. Try to help your coworkers and see if you can improvise or make the things or situations better. If not, then go and get another job. Thanks all for today. Thank you for watching. Please leave your comments so that I can cover another topic. Thank you.